Welcome to Compass Women's Center. Thank you for joining us for the Week of Hope. It has truly been a wonderful week where we've heard the stories of clients, heard from volunteers, board members, just our whole team, and we're so thankful that you've joined us. Here with us today, we have one of our board members, Denise Evans, sweet volunteer Olivia, and another volunteer, Claire. Thank you guys for coming and sitting with me today. Denise, could you tell us what brought you to Compass?
Sure. My journey with Compass started about 3 years ago. I first started as a volunteer. I would say I've always been decidedly pro-life, but I was always looking for a way to become involved. And when I met Nancy and learned about Compass and the mission and vision of this organization, I was drawn to it. The non-judgmental approach, the compassion, the very real resources that women might need in a time of pregnancy drew me to Compass. So I started as a volunteer and I became involved. And probably a year after I started volunteering, Nancy asked me to consider coming on as a board member. And after thought and prayer, I was happy to. I've enjoyed every moment of being involved with Compass as a volunteer, but also as someone who takes part in our board meetings and planning Evening of Hope last year and Week of Hope this year. It's been very rewarding, and I feel like it's a ministry for me. It's a chance for me to be the hands and feet of Jesus, or part of an organization that is the hands and feet of Jesus.
Yeah, love it. How about you, Claire? What brought you to Compass?
So I first heard about Compass last year at the Evening of Hope. Actually, Denise invited my family to come to the Evening of Hope, and I actually had no idea what Compass was, but we had some free food, so that was nice. So I went and I heard about it, and I was like, this is awesome. If I had, a little bit more time as a college student, I would definitely love to get involved with something like this. So then fast forward, a week after Evening of Hope, and everything got shut down, and I later found out that I wouldn't be able to work over the summer at my normal job. So I had a bunch of free time and decided to try volunteering at Compass, and I've been here for the last year, and I have loved it. I love being able to kind of help with some of the behind the scenes, to be able to help women and their needs with their pregnancies and everything. I think it has touched me more than it has helped you guys, because I feel like I've met some amazing people and that I've had just a wonderful time and gotten to be a part of something that actually means something.
And how about you, Olivia? What brought you to Compass?
So, interestingly enough, my mom actually volunteered, and she would always tell me about, after the meetings and things, how rewarding it was for her and the things that she did. And I never really gave it that much of a thought because I was pretty young. But then one day she invited me to come along, and so I did. I just did organizing and cleaning up a room. It wasn't much, but within that time, I don't know, I just loved it. Personally, being able to do something behind the scenes that I know matters is very rewarding to me.
It is. And our volunteers, our board members, that's kind of what keeps Compass working. We operate really a super small staff, as you know, as those kind of working behind the scenes. You know how much help we need and how much we rely on you. And so you're a huge part of Compass. Couldn't do it without you. So the Week of Hope is this special time for us to, kind of the ultimate goal is for us to raise funds. The first part of the year is a lot of planning for Compass, a lot of raising funds, so that as the year goes on, we can just move forward full force in growing, training, bringing on volunteers, doing all the things we got to do, marketing, and then connecting with new clients. It is the financial support that enables us to offer services and have an impact, right? Without the financial support, we wouldn't be able to offer pregnancy tests. We wouldn't have our Nourish program, which is our educational program. We wouldn't be able to do any of it.
Well, and I think the donors last year from Evening of Hope, we were very successful with Evening of Hope last year. We were blessed beyond measure. And because of that, we added 2 staff members this year, which is huge. So without donors, we would not have been able to do that. And looking to this year, the things that we want to expand and add this year, we cannot do without donors.
Yeah, we can't. So at Compass with volunteers, we really try to plug volunteers in on kind of two things. One is kind of what's going on at Compass, right? If there's a big project like Planning Week of Hope, we're going to pull some of our volunteers together and we're going to work on that. And then the other is going to be gifts and talents. And this is my favorite part about bringing on a new volunteers. There's always this one-on-one, whether we get to do it in person or on Zoom because of things now. But I kind of get to share about Compass, but more importantly, I get to learn about them. And I know for volunteering, it looks different. So volunteering looks different almost for everyone. So I'll get this question. I want to volunteer at Compass. What can I do? And I don't have an answer because most volunteers are plugged in something that's personal to them. You know, what drew you in or what can you do that will bless you and Compass? So we always have this first meeting, sit down, and I just kind of get to know each other a little better, and we'll find a spot for you. But to give you an idea of what that looks like, we have Olivia who has helped us with. What have you helped us with?
So I've sent out newsletters. I crammed them all in those envelopes and taped them all shut and sent them out. And I know you can't see it, but there's a chandelier, a floral chandelier up there, but I made that. I've helped organize the nest, and I've just done anything that has behind the scenes that is needed done.
Yeah. How about you, Claire? What are some of the things you've done?
I do a lot of more like organizational, administrative type tasks. Like over the summer, I worked on kind of building the database for the clients and the donors. I do a lot of like very behind the scenes type stuff because I'm not like an out front or creative type like out there person.
Which is funny. I don't think of you as super behind the scenes because we work so close together.
That's what I like. I think I probably told you that whenever we had our first Zoom meeting and you asked me what I wanted to do, and I said anything that helps behind the scenes.
And Denise, you're a board member. What does that look like?
At the basic, it's monthly board meetings where we go over everything from personnel to budgets to 3-year plans. It also looks like planning events, help plan Week of Hope. But before that, I was a volunteer too. I think I took the more hospitality side of things, hosting a baby shower, helping with a pastor's lunch-in.
That stuff. That's the stuff I don't do.
Yeah. And there's room for everyone. Yeah. Everyone is needed. It's so important to have both sides, front of house and behind the house.
I wish people could get a snapshot of what the board looks like, this group of people who just love the Lord and love babies. We are here to encourage and support Nancy every step of the way. It doesn't really feel like work. It's a family. Compass is a family for sure. One of the first times I volunteered at Compass on site where we used to be, you were counseling somebody in the other room, and I would think I was cleaning out a closet. I don't think I ever told you this. I had to go in the bathroom and cry because I could hear you ministering to her. And it just was just a lot. It was just that first-hand knowledge of the work that was going on and just one little baby. I mean, that's what it's really about.
Mm-hmm. I have a similar story kind of like yours. Over the summer when I was working on like client intake and like processing and like building the database, I don't know if I actually like physically started crying, but it just touched me to like see on paper like just these stories, and I felt like very, very happy to be able to help, and my heart went out to all of the people that Compass is able to help. When I started volunteering at Compass, I met a lot of women of faith who have been able to kind of push me to grow in my faith and help me along my own spiritual journey. So I feel like I've been helped almost as much as a client.
Another thing too, like Compass is so inviting. I walked in for the first time and just immediately felt the warmth and the comfort of this place. And I'm sure that goes for all the clients because you walk in and you feel at home, and like no matter what happens in your personal life, they will always be here for you no matter what happens. And that's something so special that you can't just get anywhere.
That was something that like struck me when I started, was like how non-judgmental it was. If I were in that situation, like I would not want to be like judged or anything. And I think that like the non-judgmental aspect is so important to helping people to actually choose life.
Because it's hard.
And it's easy to say this is what you should do,
It is.
but it's a lot tougher to come alongside and say, let me help you.
Yeah. And that's when it's beautiful and sweet, because you do kind of overcome, and then you just start to see all the blessings and joys that will come after the tough part, really tough part has passed. Thank you for joining us and participating in Compass's Week of Hope. I truly hope it's been an encouragement to you, that you feel more connected to the mission of Compass, and even more compassion for the women and families of Morgantown. I know if you're already tuning in, you love women and babies, pregnancy and parenting, but I hope this week just took you a little bit further. For us, this is that special time of year where we celebrate and we plan and we fundraise. And this year, our goal is to raise $75,000. Here we are on Sunday after this great week, and I am just asking you to join in if you haven't already. We want you to pray and to consider volunteering, and if you're ready, to also give in a financial way. As you've seen here today and throughout the week, volunteers are essential, and I think it will be an encouragement and blessing to you also to get plugged in. When you think you might be ready to take that step towards volunteering, you're going to kind of fill out that form or send us a call or text, and we'll get you plugged in. And the other piece is we're raising the $75,000. This is the piece that's going to help us reach our big goals for this year, and you're going to want to be a part of it. This year, we are going to invest in our staff. We have just brought on two new lovely ladies as our client services coordinator and executive assistant. We met them earlier this week, and we just want to invest in them, train them, give them the tools they need to succeed. We're going to take our client services to another level. So we want to see those go from, currently we carry clients from pregnancy until the child was 1. We want to take that to 3 at least, so we can be with them, almost 4 full years. Really work on those parenting skills and getting that family off to a good start. And then maybe even beyond that, we're going to be looking at other things we can add on, in addition to maybe even training up our client care folks as life coaches, so we can add another piece just to help these families get a good start. That journey, pregnancy and beyond, we say all the time, just want to be a really good spot for them to get going. We are considering expanding our space. So we moved last year, expanded once last year, so move and an expansion last year. Might need to do that again. So we can expand our client store, which is the Nest, where we distribute diapers and clothing and cribs, all that. And then also be able to do group education. So we'll move that store to another unit in the building, and then use that front office to do group education. So birth classes, financial classes, lactation classes, healthy boundaries classes, all of that, CPR. Be able to do that here in Compass for the community at large, not even just our clients. These are some of our goals. We have a lot for this year, and that $75,000 is essential to be able to grow, right? And when we grow, not only will we be able to serve our current clients better, but we're going to be able to serve more. Right. So if our staff has the right tools, and we have more services, and our space is a little bigger and can accommodate more people, we just know that's going to attract, and we're going to meet the needs here in Morgantown. There are women and families who are on the fringe and not connected, not being poured into, and we want to be that place for them. So I just hope you'll consider giving towards this gift of $75,000 and be a part of our team, invest, and then together we'll celebrate all year God's grace and the victories throughout, and hopefully we'll be in Week of Hope 2022 talking about just how big and wonderful and beautiful and brave our clients have been. So just inviting you a little closer to Compass, a little deeper, and to Compass and to your community, to these women and families. So if you are ready to kind of think about that talk about that. Again, we have the links below. We have way more details about those goals that we want, that we're after this year on our website, and lots of ways to give. You can text to give online, mail a check, set it up through your bank, whatever, lots of ways to give. So you just, kind of look through some of that. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Again, call or text. And be our partner. Be a part of this. There is a place for you. God loves you. And we just want to encourage you. Thank you for joining us for our Week of Hope, our biggest time of the year. We're just so thankful you were here.